Results.
I think we made it back to the last one in.
Mm-hmm.
That means we get to hang out with Urovok, right?
Yes. I remember now. Normally we stick to one time, but given the sheer expense of renting the place in the last one in, and the significant travel time down here, are making an exception. So adventuring next week, that's this week, begins on IC the 19th. So we are back in time. We are doing a rare violation of 1-to-1 time. Can you feel the temporal tension in the air? I can't, because I just made that up. But yes, you do have an opportunity to hang out with, what's his face? Orovok. Thank you, DJ. You gather again after one night's rest in the last one in. This strange and hospitable nugget of chaos here in the dark. One of the only places you found where there is light. As ever, your breakfast is fine, kingly even. You are brought meals of fresh fruit and freshly whipped eggs. Urovok shows himself a fine chef. He brings you fresh cut bacon. Bacon, when was the last time you had that? It seems as if by sheer inertia you realize that there are almost no pigs in the city of Kayden's Rest or the surrounds. Fresh baked bread. Sweet fruits. Tiny little pastries with sweet cream. It's quite a breakfast. If nothing else, you eat well as an adventurer when you eat it all. Now, what are your plans for today? Let me pull up the appropriate map, because I believe we had one. At least it's a sketch.
Has Urovok seen any unusual travelers come through lately?
Unusual by your standards? Every traveler he meets is unusual by your standards. You'll have to be much more specific. And you'll have to pay well for the privilege if you want me to inform on my other clients.
Oh, just making small talk. I mean, unusual by your standards, I should say.
I'm afraid, sir, that I maintain a all-encompassing standard for my clientele. In fact, by most measures, you're the most unusual of my clients.
Fair enough.
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy your company, and I'm pleased that you survived your little expeditions. Every time you return, it brings a little warmth to my heart. You can tell he's faking that.
Perhaps we should avoid tugging on this string.
Now, I remember you guys. Sorry, Monacan.
Is the false Monacan still here?
Yes. The status of the false Monacan, let's go over that briefly. False Monacan is still here, and I believe still charmed by one of AJ's mages, if I remember correctly. They are...
Yes.
Yes. The reverse Monacan has... their speaking backwards has dampened down to a peculiar accent. It's amazing the sort of thing you can get used to with time and practice. And he has been paying his way by a series of gambling arrangements with the local. He's basically arranged a series of gambling games, of which he is the dealer and takes a minor cut off the top to pay his way, while the various eccentric, chaos beasts and beast men and peculiar tripodular beings that scuttle through here win and lose money off of each other while he skims just enough off the top to pay his rent. Seems to suit him.
As dishonest trades go, it's an honest one.
Well put.
Is this false Monacan we're talking about?
Yes. Real Monacan has a much better gig going on. Higher risk and higher reward.
At least we hope so.
Such is the ideal. Now, I want to propose something. I know that we still have access to commune, and you didn't have a chance to ask for one before you set out last session. If you want to post-state one, I'd be happy to enable that now. Not mandatory, just raising the possibility.
We'll leave that to the believers.
Yeah, no, I think that's our fault. We didn't ask, so we don't get it. That's my opinion.
C'est la vie. C'est la vie.
We sure always should ask, other than guidance on where to go next. That almost feels evasive of our responsibility as players.
Not. Well, anyways. Yeah.
I always love to answer hints. Anyway,
Oofkill.
I believe you had plans, such as it was.
Yeah. What was your plan, Oofkill?
Oh yes. So there's a northern passage up the gut, and we think that there's loot to be had up that way, right? Right, fellas?
Right. Yes.
I say we push as far as we can up there.
Yes, I agree. We have been sent this divine being from the light. It is a clear blessing. And so we should, and we have already been victorious against the creature, the terrible dark horrors of the underworld. So I think that we should return and scourge the place of all of its, the treasures they have taken from others. Yes. And confront the whatever evils have been left to lay there as well. Also, I can't remember my little alien friend's name. Is he still around?
Oh,
I guess I didn't pay him anymore.
No, he's moved on.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He enjoyed his time with you, though, and if you need, and perhaps he will come up again in the future. After all, you paid him well.
So, the bad news is we don't have a lot of manpower. The good news is that if we do find something and pull it off and are clever, get a lot of XP and a lot of money.
Yeah, we get to keep it for ourselves.
It's true.
What is the party size right now exactly?
Well, assuming Perderi does not show later, right now it's you 4 plus 6 retainers. If you want to try and recruit a beastly or underworldly retainer, I can roll for one.
Yeah, absolutely. In that case,
yeah, that's fair. I don't know why I even asked. Of course you want to do. Of course you want to do that. Roll my chart.
That's why he was asking previously.
Yes, one sec.
Light wills it.
Yes.
So with 6, we have 6 with us. That means we do have Dolby as a cleric. Do we have another cleric too?
Oh, yeah. Do we have hirelings with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume you've got Dobby, Merdaigian, Lofstan, Naum, Frangog, and Island.
Is Naum a cleric? I forget.
Naum's a fighter.
Okay.
Pretty competent one.
I'm gonna put this in the token lot.
Total party size is 10 right now, which is not a small number.
Okay, I was totally mistaken because I didn't remember us having a bit of Brother Dobby.
There is one person at.
I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't realize we had all these probably don't monsters.
Oh, that saves me.
Unless there's an awesome monster. Unless there's like a Rock Shocks in here we could totally trust and would totally be an awesome adventuring partner. I'm sorry. What is the second person's name again? The hireling.
I don't know how to pronounce.
I do not have the list.
It's I've got like the spreadsheet. Hang on a second. I'll just post a link to it real quick.
Okay, I have it. By the way, if you see me looking over.
Okay. There we go. We just posted a screenshot in Otherworld Adventures.
Yes. Dobby, if I recall correctly, has like some actual like healing power. Not a tremendous amount, but enough to matter. 2 spells per day.
And further, if you lure False Monacan with us, then that'll be 11. Though
True.
I don't know if that's what we're doing.
Not if you want him to come back alive.
Yeah, like one beam of sunlight is just going to evaporate him.
Yes, that's definitely what he was talking about.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
I see.
I'm looking out for his.
Zolotin at least has been buoyed by Lorbert hyping him up, in addition to that weirdly excellent meal that we all just shared. So his spirits are very high.
Yes. Hospitality of Chaos is either really good or really bad.
Wait, so Naom, Frangog, and Asling belong to Magnus, right? They're under his employ.
Yeah.
That is true, yeah.
I think the idea there is that since Monacan is also under Magnus's employ, that they have all been deployed by Magnus, essentially.
Makes sense.
That's certainly how Magnus sees it.
All right. Well, there is one recruitable guy here, or at least a potentially recruitable guy, who is a 7 foot tall shaggy beast, humanoid, very hairy, currently devouring one of those cartoon hanks of meat that's just a big lump of meaty tissue around a comically large bone. He's got
Yes, we know the ones.
Yes, he's got at his side he has a long iron goad suitable for cudgeling a man to death, or for goading a pack animal.
I mean, I totally want to hire the wood.
Yes. I want to try his weapon.
Well, unfortunately, it's his. He's not going to give it to you. Okay.
You have to be careful. I've heard you have to let them win, otherwise they can rip your arm off. I'm sorry. I'll stop that.
No, it's fine.
Please don't fire.
Don't gamble with him.
We need to know what color he is to know how, like, what color his fur is to know how fair the comparison is.
Deep black.
It's fair enough.
No, not fair at all. It's quite dark.
He's right.
What sounds does he make?
I'm in favor of it. All right. The more people we don't care about, the better.
Okay. You approach him. You attempt to make a conversation. It's clear that he doesn't speak much of your language. And for a while, it seems as though that will simply be that. But remind me which languages you guys speak?
I've got Fjordner and if I said that right.
He speaks a little Fjordner.
Whoa.
Awesome.
Yeah. He essentially says, "Who are you guys? You people are looking for a. You people are looking for a driver?
What do you mean, you people? Yes. We're looking for a helper.
I don't do general help. I'm a driver.
Like a teamster?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got my BSOP back.
Where do you drive to?
Up and down.
What? Up and down where?
The gut.
Oh, that's actually pretty helpful. What is your name? Why am I speaking to you? I don't speak foreign Joder.
I'm translating.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what is his name?
Gortimer.
40. What's your ride? What's your vehicle?
Well, I don't mean to brag. I've got a proper wagon hooked up to my racing snail out back.
The heck?
As it happens, we are planning to make a jaunt up the northern part of the gut today. Would you be amenable to drive us at least part of the way?
I think it could be arranged. What's your budget?
This is where we whisper amongst ourselves.
Yes.
Do we?
I
Is the
pay-
driver what we need? Are we just recruiting him as a driver in the hopes that he will also fight with us, or do we actually have like a large cargo that we're intending to move?
Well,
The cargo is us, but
question
the
is how
question
fast
is,
he can move you, because you
Oh,
do
that's
have
good,
to
that's
often
good.
deal with random encounters along the gut.
yeah.
This is
also-
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, is it part of our plan to move up or down the gut in this session, or is our destination part of the this area here?
So yes. So to get to where the northern passage, you also have to travel the gut. You just travel the northern passage, but it's something like a 3 or 4 day trip or something.
Well, so then I say,
Okay, so we do need to
definitely
cut
should
that
hire
down.
him. We should definitely hire him, yeah,
Very well.
and offer him. We should offer him a retainer.
Yeah, I like that. About a
Because we're going
2
to need
or 3 day
return trip too.
And actually, come to think of it, it's about a 3 or 4 day trip when you look at the whole thing. By the time you get there, yeah, that'd be awesome. Does anybody need to keep anything here? Kill is any your? Because if we don't, then we can leave and we don't have to pay for anything. Because I was gonna pay for another 5 nights, and that's 100 gold pieces.
Oof.
But I can carry everything, so I don't think I need to. So I will not do that. I will pick everything.
Okay.
So that gives us more money to hire to keep this guy on with, right?
And possibly he could also carry us further along the route that we took to get here. Is that correct? Or is that outside of his purview?
He can get you anywhere along the gut.
So
Wow.
I could get us there and all the way back home, and possibly spare us some expenditures here.
Yeah, that would
Okay,
be
so-
amazing.
Depending, of course, on how much he charges.
I mean, it would pay for itself, basically. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to level with you guys. I've got 300 gold pieces to my name, but I'm willing to chip it all in, of course. But that's what I've got. What if we pool our stuff? What have we got to work with?
Well, it sounds like you just offered him 300 gold.
Don't
Let's
worry.
see how he,
No.
let's see how he likes it.
That's not quite as he spoke.
No, I'm not speaking
That's
of your
what I heard. What'd you hear?
Don't worry.
Well, now-
he
well, now I'm
doesn't
supposed to
understand
cough
your
up
language.
300?
He's busily eating his gigantic meat bone.
Now I'm supposed to cough up 300 because this guy feels generous.
I mean, you have control over your own purse.
I mean, that's what I've got to work with.
All right.
What do you think we should offer him?
Well, let's start with 300 and see what he says.
What if he asks
Yeah.
for more? You should start with lower.
Yeah, start lower and then work our way up.
Oh,
How
well,
about
I have no
Start-
idea. I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah,
I
let's start with
float. I
50.
don't know what people charge for this thing.
How about 50? How much is
what-
50 going to get us?
what-
Start with 50.
oh.
As long as, yeah.
What do
Glorpert?
you think? Yeah, what do you think, Glorpert?
What if this is some strange underworld being? He will probably ask for our dreams or the lives of children 5 generations hence or something.
He looks like just looks like a businessman to me.
Hope so.
Well,
how about I accept gold?
Yeah, how about I start off at 150 or 200, and then if he'll fight with us, 300. Is that good? Go with that?
I think he's going to overcharge for fighting with us, because that's not his business.
Just ask him, Ulfkill.
Just start at 50 and see if it pisses him off.
Yeah, ask him what 50 will get us.
Okay, so in Fjordnir, I'm asking him that.
Okay. For 50, I can get you. Where can I get? It's not that far, but. For 50, I can get you to the river drippings or to the gates of gloom. I can get you there in about a day.
All right.
Where are those places?
All right, so ask him if we give him what, 150? Will he hang around? Take us all the way back if we need?
Okay, yeah. We'll put that out there.
Sure, that's decent pay.
And if we get into a scuffle, like, are you handy with that iron implement you got there?
If you get into a scuffle and you die, I get everything you're carrying.
But I mean, are you going to jump in there with us?
Kind of sounds like he said no.
You talk. I drive. Who do you think I am?
Why do you carry that big stick?
It's for people who start fights with me, or keeping the snail moving. Do I look like a mercenary to you? You think I'm gonna go help die for you? No, I take this gig because when you die, I loot the body. If you all die, then I carry the profit home, and if you don't all die, then I carry you home. That's how it works. I'm not fighting for you. Don't be stupid.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I could chip in a little bit here.
Ulfkill offered 25 gold, and I question Ulfkill. Can he take us to places we haven't been?
Say that again?
Can he take us places we haven't been? That is to say, now, I don't know, it may not be possible to map, because we might be like Willy Wonka ride hurtling into the dark, kind of crazy, snail train here. But nonetheless, if we could explore new areas, because he knows where they are, then we have can you imagine? Like, you just go to new areas and have them, man. Maybe there aren't.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we've already explored the gut and we already know where it goes. I don't know.
Casually ask him.
Yeah, he can see what kind of force we've got here. I mean, how many of us are there? 10?
Yes.
So if he could take us because we're generally wanting to go north.
Yeah, the North Fork. I know it. You got the caverns you got the weird cavern that's bigger on the inside than on the outside. You got the old temple. You got that statue that used to suck people up.
Do you know of this statue?
Yeah. Does this sound familiar to you guys?
Well, the place that's bigger on the inside, I assume, is the infinite desert cavern. That is also a prison. But I guess there could be more than one. Probably.
The statue may or may not ring a bell. I suspect that most of the people who are involved with the statue are not present at the table at this time.
Well, it sounds like two different areas. So it sounds like, I mean, my question of Kill would be, why? I mean, like, does he know of more places? Like, you know, could he just take us to some other place that, you know? Because if we could map an area, then, I mean, we could save days and so much money, and it'd be such a huge boon if we knew. But maybe we've already mapped the gut. I don't know. Also, why is it that he speaks the language of the Northmen? They are chaos demons and marauders and pillagers.
Hey now.
No offense. No offensive, Kill.
That is a good question. My hairy friend, how did you come by this tongue?
The answer to that question can be had for a mere 250 gold pieces.
Okay, I'm going to turn to my friends for a second so he can't understand. And
How Melnor may of him.
What's that?
I said how
Sullivan?
Melnor may of him. And that's an OSC reference. Don't worry about it. Dark Control,
So
don't worry about it.
Glorpert, he's saying if something should happen to us, then he gets to loot our sorry carcasses. So I want to ask him carefully about this, if you know what I mean. About taking us into parts unknown.
You know, I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, how can we trust?
I see. Yeah, maybe we can't trust. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So maybe we should start off kind of going in the ballpark of where we thought we were going to go, and then scope that out, check it out, and if we want to go further and I don't know, were you thinking of going in a different direction, Glorpert?
Yeah, because the hope is to find a direction that we haven't explored at all.
So not even necessarily heading north at all, but just anywhere.
Well, Ufkul has a good point. He stands everything to gain to bring us to the most deadly and horrific place in this whole place. Dump us off, have us killed, take our stuff, and leave.
If he can retrieve our corpses, there's a limit to how dangerous it can be, and he can still, with him still able to retrieve our corpses, though he could perhaps have spoken with someone ahead. And
I agree with Ufkul. I think we should stick to the plan.
Okay.
For the treasure.
Well, let's go with that. It's 50 gold pieces basically for one day of travel. Is that right?
Sounds that way.
Just so.
Glortimer, is that right? Is that your name, sir?
Gortimer. No
Gortimer.
Lort about it.
I mean, but that would be a cool name, though. You know, I'm just saying.
It's probably a relative of yours, but
All too likely.
well,
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on with these people. Continuously scanning them. Anyway, go on.
have you had this marvelous breakfast? Uravok is amazing.
He's a good host. He keeps a tight establishment. Not many people can do that down here.
Well, if you're well fortified, we're ready to set off, I think.
Very well. Cash up front.
Okay, so 50 for today, and we'll do it day by day.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Who is decrementing their money?
I
could
got it.
possibly put 25.
Yeah, it's coming out of my.
Okay.
Okay. So, at the time of the beginning of the game session, it is the 19th. At the morning of the 19th, you depart. Let me describe. The Gortimer has a proper wagon, kept in. It looks a bit ramshackle, but it's, the wheels are well lubricated with oxen fat. are well lubricated with snail slime, harvested from his racing snail, which appears to be a gigantic snail, about the size of a water wheel. And though at first it does not seem to be very fast, it continues to gradually accelerate until such time as you are whirling down the long and featureless tunnels of the gut at well faster than a horse's canter. And a good bit before the end of the day, you reach the end of the northern leg and come upon the river drippings, as he calls them, which is to say, the very wet caverns, apparently underneath the river above, where you have occasionally been bedeviled by, the ceiling whelks, which plummet eagerly downward. Let me pull that up.
Do we know which of the maps from the maps of Rappan Athuk this corresponds to? I try mapping, but I can't figure out how to orient.
Yeah, sure. Let me bring up the map thread. So I'm sorry, trying to get all my. Also had something come up in the background. Okay, so this is the droppings area. It came up via the other way last time, which I thought was actually a pretty good find on our part. But this corresponds with. Actually,
scrolling through the maps, trying to make sense of it.
The one that says updated gut mapping. This is the one after 18 miles to the northeast. First cavern space.
Yes, I see it. Posting a quick link to it. Gortimer's wagon pulls to a halt. The snail winds its way down. You've been traveling for perhaps 9 hours. Pretty. Honestly, less than 9 hours. You've been traveling for about 6 hours. And you have come to a dead halt. He says, "This is where you wanted to go, right?" He says that, addressing Ulfkel. But
this looks like the general area. Yes. Thank you, sir. Stand by. We will need your services further.
Wait, I thought he said he would take us all the way up to the other area.
Where it says, where there's sort of a stairway and it says 9 miles?
Yeah, I thought he said he would take us, didn't he mention the place with the, where time stops or something like that? Didn't he mention something like that? I mishear that.
There may have been some miscommunication.
Oh, maybe.
But if you want, but he'll take you there for another 25G.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought this was a pit stop, maybe.
That's a day or so worth counter checks.
And I think it would take you about 3 days to travel this far normally.
Do we want to press on? Because it's been 6 or.
Yeah, he can get you there by the end of the day.
How much gold?
25.
I'll give 25 gold. No big deal.
Cool.
Yes.
The snail rushes back into motion. You whip through the room too fast for any random encounters to bedevil you. Though once again, in your wake, you see a lonely ceiling wheel collapse from the sky and plop into the river below, well behind the racing snail.
What was it that plopped?
Ceiling well.
Oh, well.
Don't worry about it. They'll never catch you if you're fast. Bane only of fools and plotters, and I'm neither. as you get to the rune caverns. Okay. Cast, remind me, can you see through the eyes of the party token?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, good.
Oh, so that's how we got here.
Time and space are now revealed to you.
Wait, suddenly my vision changed. Oh, I'm still seeing out of the party, so it's fine.
That's the main thing. All right, it is now the evening of the 19th. You actually have a little time to get some adventuring done, if you dare. The good Sir Gortimer chases you out of his wagon and goes to set about feeding wall fungus to his very hungry racing snail.
The hungry snail.
Yes. You stand once again at the threshold of the inexplicably large this space, which seems so small but is so much larger on the inside. The hour is 4 p.m. What are your intentions?
Is everyone geared up and prepared to sally forth?
I believe so.
Yeah, let's get it done. Or get something done.
Okay, are we going to ask this driver to stay put? Or
Absolutely.
Yes,
We already
I
asked him. And we'll
Give him a
pay
little-
him. Yeah, give him the rest of his fee, 50, right? 50 and then 50 for the ride home.
okay.
I'll give him
And
the
there will-
second 50 right now.
There's more where that came from if you will do us a good turn, good Sir Gortimer.
As do well. So you're paying him additional 50 to hold position?
Yes.
All right. He nods, accepts the cash, settles in. Keeps it all bound up in a sturdy leather bag he wears on a cord around his neck. Protects it covetously.
Is it light here? Like, is there a natural light?
There is a subtle, yes, is the long and short of it. There is a subtle radiance in the interior space of this cave. From every surface is coated with many runes in the language which you are only able to translate through magic, which twine together into a very long, unbroken sentence where the end of one sentence begins the next, and each of these little runes glows subtly. So you're in a space which is effectively lit from within. Like walking on a very large, like you're walking on an LED screen, luminous with words scrolling. In pale white light.
Tempting to doodle a map of this, and I'm not sure if there's already a map, so to speak.
I don't think there's a proper one yet. Well, I mean, there is a map so far, which is the one that Glorpert made last week.
So do you guys want to hug the wall or run to a formation? Those look like formations in the chamber.
Well, we can't actually reach them, so we must hug the wall. The space inside, although we can see from one side to the other, the distance in between is potentially vast, depending on various subtleties of our approach, which we do not understand.
Well, let's take the northern route, shall we? Or do you have a better idea?
I think last time we hugged the southern wall, so that seems fine. So I think the northern wall makes sense.
All right.
Okay, so big guys up front, magic users in the back.
Okay.
Zolatan, are you stout? Do you consider yourself
Relatively,
stout?
I would think.
Put yourself, yeah, wherever you want.
I'm I'm actually trying to get a sense of how many HP is stout, but I think I'm pretty strong. Sure, I'll be brave.
Okay. So you guys line up
the wall better.
In a reasonable marching order, which we may fine-tune in the event of an encounter, and you hug the north wall. As you proceed into the cavern, as ever, you have the precipitous experience of feeling space unfurl and expand to your side as you approach, until it feels not like you are walking along the wall of a cavern, but on the wall of a cliff in front of a vast desert of luminous white sands, each one of which is inscribed with a name. You follow the cliff, though, and proceed onward through its crags and perambulations, until eventually, moving single file, you make it to the other side, about one turn later. So it is now approximately 4:20. The other side. There's only more caverns stretching into the dark, marked intermittently with fungus and little blooms, but mostly in dark, undecorated stone, and the meandering corrugations of the cavern walls.
So is it getting dark now?
Yes. The self-lit space seems to be limited to the mysterious space-warped location behind you, which you've left to your rear. Ahead of you is the dark is unilluminated stone, unlit by anything save for the magical lighting you've brought with you.
There's a considerable amount of that, luckily. And I think
Were the runes that were lighting things, were they on the floor or on the walls?
Floor and walls and ceiling. Though when you're when you're too close to it, you can't really see the ceiling because the space seems to expand. But from here, you can see the ceiling and walls.
Was there
every surface, effectively.
Was there anything Mordageon would have wanted to inspect, or
it wouldn't have slowed you down too much. Let me remind myself of Mordageon's capabilities. Probably wanted to. He will probably take some time to observe the runes and their character if you're willing to allow him, but that won't consume more than a turn.
Well, he's asking us, guys, do we want to let the magic user check it out?
Let's check out.
He doesn't anticipate that. He just wants to. He just wants to examine the runes in more detail.
The runes located where?
The runes coat every surface of the interior. Okay, so the interior of the hyperbolic cavern, the hyperbolic crime chamber, as I'm occasionally calling it. Every surface is coated. Yeah, the thing behind you.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just
coated with a thin layer of crystal, and the crystal is carved with runes, and the runes glow, and that's the source of this blue-white light.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm fine with that, Ufkel. I'll guard here to the east and turn my blade in that direction and wait.
Very good. Yes.
Mordageon waves the coatl over to provide assistance to him in the manner of a presumptuous college graduate, expecting assistance from an undergraduate.
I will acknowledge in the spirit of friendship. I will remember that. That's Mordageon, you said.
Yes. Subsequently, he is respectful in his inquiries and clearly respectful of your superior, of your superior experience in these preternatural matters. But there was that moment of hey, you help me out with this.
Okay. I won't be too fussy.
He is subsequently unable. So far? Unfortunately, he's not able to discover anything of great significance. The language, I believe last time we said this was a really, really ancient English tongue. That was what we said last time? I'd have to check.
Yes. I was able You said it was ancient. I don't remember it being ancient English.
Some ancient tongue, yes.
You did say it was
Yeah.
an ancient form of English, in fact, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
okay, that tracks. He says he doesn't know this dialect, but he knows someone who might know. So he will take some rubbings and.
Oh no.
Okay, nice. Let's move on.
I believe that something terribly dangerous is inside this room,
Let's go.
which only its vastness protects us from.
Moving onward to the west, no, to the east then?
Yes.
Alright. You proceed down the east.
By the way, my character knows the Yin fairy tongue, which is the only piece of like special knowledge that I might have to assist with like understanding the magic here. But I don't think that is necessarily. Never mind. Let's move on.
No, I'm afraid. Yes, this is whatever magic this is. It is not affiliated with the magic of Yin. At least, not to your understanding.
Is that like a name for elf?
Hey Ross, how you doing?
We shall see. It's struggling. I'm going to
Alright,
try to
let's
get
see.
rid of this background stuff and get my weird conglomerated dog bachelor pad / storage section / whatever is going on in this room. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I
It
broke Discord. I'm
Might
back.
help if you turned off the video.
No, it's fine. I did it. It's
Okay.
my fault. Yeah, I broke it, but I got it back.
Right. So the way that I'm mapping this is that to the south, along the southern wall of the hyperbolic crime chamber, one path led to the evil cloning mirror, which I might not have drawn in the correct shape. But was there a second tunnel to the south on the south wall? I can't remember.
So
There was.
Do you remember? Did we like explore that one yet?
I'll just let you look at it. Hang on a second.
Oh, whoops. Oh, careful. Put us in the middle.
Me.
I said don't put us in the middle. Okay,
I'll
so
just put you
there's.
there so you can see. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so I'm seeing like 4 tunnels out of here. One we came in through. One of them is the evil cloning mirror, and 2 of them we either didn't explore. I don't remember to the south.
You checked this one. You entered
that's the
through this
mirror.
one. You haven't been through this one. You saw the other exit of this one.
Oh, God. Wait, which one did we enter through? I'm not sure if I saw the right ping.
Sorry, you came in from the
Right.
west through this one.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah,
And
and
you
this
went
one
down
is
through-
the mirror.
No, this is the one where you just found a dead guy who was carrying like a
Okay.
simple garnet. This one led you to the mirror. And this one is another area which leads also to another region of the mirror. Like you saw this one.
Oh,
from the
okay.
other
They both
direction.
went to the mirror. Understood.
Yes. This one you have not been in.
That was the one to the east.
Yes.
Okay. Redoing the map real quick. Very well.
So we are now entering the northeasternest, the most northeast highest one to the northeast?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Which, as you mentioned, you were perusing down. And as you continue, you peruse it, you go down for one turn, and you realize you are in a long and winding corridor, which may continue for some time. Do you wish to continue?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Came all this way to explore, and this is our best chance.
Okay, you travel for another turn, another 10 minutes, and the cavern continues to wind without stopping. How far are you willing to go?
Do we hear anything? Is it quiet?
It's quite quiet. Give me just a moment to give you an appropriate level of information of where this leads. It is A, dead silent. There are faint smells, very faint smells, of mildew and decay. And very once in a while, you find a tiny skeleton of what looks like a giant rat. Hey, it's the guy!
AJ.
Hey.
Hello! Oh, he died again. Hello, do you live?
Hello.
Welcome back. I'm glad you are not dead.
We've taken you way up into the gut.
Here is what you have missed. The party hired a driver, a taxi cab, to carry them from the last one in back to the ruins, to the rune cavern. They paid you
racing snail.
Yes, there was a racing snail and a wagon driven by a Wookiee. You had a hangover for all of that. You missed it. But now you are back. Welcome.
If you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, cool and good.
Okay. Master Chief, care to tell us what you're doing in this tunnel?
This is not natural formation.
Ruderi, how many fingers am I holding up?
2 hands.
Come on, pull yourself together, man.
All right. Hop into the Roll20 when you can. You are now in the party has gone past the hyperbolic space which you were grappling with earlier to the most northeasterly of the exits from it, and you are continuing to explore down it. And they have explored for 20 minutes, and it's looking like traveling farther down this tunnel will be a long expedition. And now I'm asking how far they are willing to go.
There's no chance of fitting the racing snail down this tunnel. I mean, there's no way of getting it through the time chamber, that is. Or, the space chamber.
Well, Ufkel, I say we keep going. We're making progress here. Let's not tarry.
I mean, it's either that or go back where we came from. And let's not do that.
Yeah, what have we been, half an hour down this windy tunnel? Is that it? Well,
Just about.
Sure. Yeah, that's nothing. Let's press on.
Okay. You press on at a good pace for... Let's see how long it will take you.
Is this beyond the map?
Yes. You will go far beyond the map. See, there's... Yes. You're going far into the theater of the mind.
Which direction are we going, cardinally?
East. It's just that mental check as I'm like, okay, am I giving him the right number, the right direction? Am I not going to mix up west and east again? You travel for 3 hours.
Is it generally just kind of winding in that same direction?
Yes. You do not encounter any horrors on the way. But as you continue, eventually, you start to smell a different sort of stench, which I will now pull up an appropriate level map. Gotta make sure all of the old PC tokens are not here. One moment. Imagine a loading screen. A loading screen full of candy. Heck. Oh, there it is. Okay. A lot of loading is happening. Should be about right. Okay. The cavern has narrowed. The stone has turned darker as you proceeded. The shadows seem to loom a little longer, and your lights don't seem to penetrate into the darkness quite as readily as they once did, as though the darkness is taking on a more mindful presence, as though it resents your imposition upon it more than it once did. Ahead of you, you smell a strong scent of mildew, but you cannot clearly see what is ahead. No. Do you continue? Of course you do, don't you? You're not afraid yet.
Can we still see our hands in front of our faces?
Yes, in fact, you can still see well ahead of you. The light has dimmed slightly, but has not been fought back. In fact, as you turn a corner, the world lightens. A faint sliver of sunset light still dapples down into the ceiling of this cavern from above. And the faintest smell and water pools, old rainwater, in pillows on the floor. Innumerable fungi cover the walls and floor here as decaying matter from above drips down through some high forgotten crevice in the ceiling to feed the fungal creatures that have bloomed here. You almost trip over a rotted rat corpse. The stench of mildew and decay is omnipresent here. What do you do?
How big is this chamber?
It's quite narrow. Each of these little... Let me show you the a measure.
I don't think we have visibility.
You don't? Okay, let me fix that. I thought you did. Okay.
Well, you kept describing the darkness. I was like, damn, that's dark.
Okay, can you see this now? Are you even on the right map? Okay, you should be able to see this, and if you can't, please let me know.
I can't see anything.
I see where you ping. Okay, now I can see.
Ah.
Just took a moment to load.
So it took a turn kind of to the left, going more northern.
Mm-hmm. And then turned back south again. Although, in truth, down here, you're probably quite discombobulated. Out of character, yes, it points south. In character, you can't tell.
Mm-hmm. So we're going down. I mean, on this.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to hit F5 because I think I'm desyncing a little bit. So I will be right back into the Roll20.
I say we make good time and going so we can what this thing is. Good. There's something mentioned a smell, and there's something, I don't know if we can see that ahead, but that's weird.
Yeah, didn't he mention a dappled sunlight streaking down?
There is a very faint. There are very faint streaks of sunlight stretching from a crevice in the ceiling, through which pours the occasional droplets of old rainwater, and apparently decaying matter descending from above, being feasted upon by the fungal blooms within.
Does it look like we would have to climb to reach the source of light, or?
Yes. In fact, it looks like you might have to climb across the underside of the ceiling.
Thieves could easily get up there, I imagine.
They could swing it, but they'd still have. It's the sort of thing a thief could do by rolling a check, and if they fail, they land on something unpleasant.
What would they land on? The fungus bed?
Yes.
Although they also are very good at it, but we only have an assassin, right? And
you do have what's
I
his,
can float.
what's his
Left stun.
Monocan is a
Listen.
thief.
I'm sorry.
Also true. And there's also, now that our man Verderi is here, also his. Well, actually, he doesn't have.
I don't have one. Yeah.
What about me?
Yeah, you can just fly up there. Do you want to go poke around?
Yes.
All right.
I'll grab one of the light sources.
All right.
Zoloft, go inspect. There might be a way out.
No F in my name.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. It might be good to have a way out if we need it.
Okay.
How high up is the roof?
The roof is about
Is it very high?
quite high.
In that case, I will coil and ascend steadily upwards, and you sort of can see my illuminated shape ascending.
Unfortunately, an event occurs well before
Oh.
that. As you carry the light aloft and you approach to. What on earth? Why is this character not emitting light? Wait a second. Vision, bright light, 30. Total light, low light, 120. There we are. Okay. Sorry. As you approach, here are the patches of fungal blooms which you encounter. Do you wish to interact with? Does this change your plans at all?
I don't really understand. Are they like? When you say there's the fungal blooms, you mean like hanging from the ceiling? Do you mean it's just like in midair?
Let me give you some more context. Here, you will encounter several large orange-red toadstools, which are sprouting in thick clumps for the earth. Here, on the right side of the map, or your subjective left, you'll encounter a thick mats of ochre lichen, which cling fast to the earth.
What is the state of the ceiling?
The ceiling appears relatively undisturbed, and is approximately 30 feet in height.
And he
Are
has
these
these to get to fly straight to the ceiling, or
Yeah, I
Okay.
was trying to go like straight up.
Okay. So you fly up along the ceiling and head towards the crack, and as you do, something happens, which I have now verified will actually happen.
Okay.
Okay, layer, da, 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 da.
Whoa.
The orange toadstools here begin to shriek with a cacophonous sound, like a pipe organ being sat upon by an elephant. Immediately, a horrible din fills the air, an intolerable sound.
What do the rest of us experience out of this? Same thing?
The same thing. An intolerable sound blares and fills the entire place with a loudness that none of you have that none of you have ever experienced before in your lives. A
Yeah.
kind of loudness which has really no comparison in medieval life, more akin to being stuck in a traffic jam, packed entirely by meth heads who have no conception of what the actual purpose of the horn. And
Are these large?
After so many hours and days in deep dark silence, that would be fucking terrifying.
Kill
It
them.
is indeed.
Kill them.
It is indeed terrifying.
Are they big?
They are 3 feet tall.
Let's shoot them.
Yeah, kill them.
It is time for incredible violence.
Yes.
There is no need to roll initiative. You win initiative automatically because these things are simply horrible, loud devices. Those of you who are making ranged attacks, let me know. The armor class you will need to hit is 12.
Layoff stun and wolf kill. Yeah.
If I cast magic missile, can I target 3 different ones?
Yes.
Okay, I do that.
Okay.
Monacan lays waste.
All right.
Does indeed.
For 6 and 5 damage, respectively.
Oh, wolf kill got 1 damage.
All right.
Let's
See, the target was 12.
range?
Monacan shouts over
He's
at
12.
Oathkill. Take a breath, man. Calm yourself.
All right.
So, did you say they were in sling range or no?
They are in thin sling range, yes.
Target AC is 12, right?
Yes.
Okay. Layoff stun got 3 and 4 damage.
Nice. Good for him.
Okay.
Are all the fighters shooting? Is that the idea?
All mine are.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
Praderi hits for 1 damage. Sorry, I'm just going back up.
Okay, Naum hits for 5, and Framgag does not. Well, hold on. Where are Framgag's stats? I'm sorry.
Frangag has 10s across the board.
Okay, so yeah, Framgag just misses.
All right.
But
Dobby's
Naum
going to
hits
let
for 5.
loose sling.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Yonend is 4.
I just thumbed up.
Los-
You guys are going to town with these
7.
multi-attacks.
Oh, you just got a lot of guys.
Yeah, with bows you get 2 attacks.
Ooh, my bad. Okay, maybe Dobby didn't hit then.
Okay. So he does do 3. Okay. Thank you, thank you. And Christopher hits 18 for 5. Okay.
That was Naum's shot.
Thank you. A hail of missiles flies into the darkness. As you are almost nauseous with the intensity of the sound, your adrenaline rushing from the sudden onslaught of stimulus. The shrieking towers absorb the hail of missile fire. Their sound only half muffled by the intrusion of sling stones and arrows into whatever tympanum they are using to render their awful din. Though one of them, peppered with projectiles by Monacan, does collapse and deflate on itself, some vital organ within rupturing and bursting. The others continue to scream.
I knew it. They have gizzards.
They are indeed still gizzarding.
All right,
Oh yes, now spells.
Anyway, whatever. I'm just gonna use the auto hit version of Magic Missile against 3 different targets. Just 3 that are active.
Gotcha.
A 2, a 4, and 5 damage.
All right.
character is completely startled and would not do this very strategically. Flopping all over the place.
Most of them are, all but one of them are still alive, though many of them look quite ragged under the onslaught. You know that this horrible din is sure to attract more danger soon. The question is, has it yet? We'll find out soon together.
We're going to fire another volley if we can.
All right.
Yeah.
Please do. Roll to hit, and then tell me how much damage. And then once you've accumulated your hits, please let me know how much damage you've done in total. But it has to do with some quick math myself.
I hit one for 3 damage.
Nice. That kills it. Go ahead and mark off some of these as no longer of this world.
Looks like I rolled 2 20s in a row.
Nice.
Sick.
2 and 4 damage.
All right. That also kills it.
Just move.
Yeah, I picked it up and moved it to a place where you could see it in the light. It's still, there are still 8 of them. There's no more of them, and they are not actually mobile.
Okay.
2 misses.
Unfortunate.
Zolatin will commit another magic missile.
All right.
Accidentally rolled twice for the sling. Sorry.
No worries.
I just put mine in. Predator hits twice for 6. Niesel once for 3, and Pasling once for 1.
Okay. And that's everybody, I think. But no, I haven't heard from Chris yet.
I'm sorry. That was turn 2 already?
Yes. They don't really do much of anything. You're just trying to get them to stop screaming.
Well, then Monacan hits for 6 more.
Probably on a time limit. Something's on its way.
These seem like alarms.
The misses, and there's a hit for 4.
Nice, nice. Right. So the good news is that they are now significantly quieter than they were, but they are still a intolerable, incessant din.
Let me know when my magic procs.
Yes, thank you. It procs now. Please
All right.
roll.
It's gonna blast alive ones.
All right. 3 and 4. It's a kill, not a kill, and oof, injury. So 4
Literal
of them
damage sponges.
Current total is.
I think I'm gonna save my last magic missile for whatever else is coming after us.
Probably sensible.
Okay. That was the second one, right?
That was the second round. All right. Dare you close to melee?
We get your ears hurt. But it's
I
up to
say
you.
we just keep shooting them. Let's
Okay.
stay far away.
Hey, don't close
Yeah.
to melee. That helps a lot.
Yeah, they might do something if we get close.
Very, very fungusy things, maybe.
Spewing out disgusting clouds of spores.
Yeah.
You continue to assail them from afar. Give me one more round, and after that, we'll call it a. Actually, no. At this point, they're just sitting there and soaking up shots. You guys are taking your time. Everyone, mark off ammunition for another round of attacks, and DJ, turn off the music. Return back to the relatively peaceful non-combat music that makes everyone feel so safe and so warm here in the dark.
I may need to scavenge for ammunition after this.
How much you need? What do you got?
I have 4 arrows left for Perderi.
I give you 8.
Thank you.
Do we get like half of?
Yes, you do. You can retrieve half.
Okay, cool.
If, of course, you dare to get close enough to the now deflated blowpipe creatures to touch them.
The deflating is a little concerning. I will sniff the air cautiously.
I won't try to pull them out of the targets, but the ones that I missed, can I just say I got those?
Well, you'd have to go past them in order to get it, so you're going to have to approach this regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I say let's keep going. Like, let's. I mean, you know, when.
Yes.
Okay.
Meaning move in close to them.
Scout again or something. That's fine, but I mean,
yeah,
we are defeating the bad things in the dungeon. This is good so far.
Yes. I creep closer and like cautiously testing the air, like I don't know, tongue flicking out. I suppose I'm not sure if we do that.
So
let's say yes.
Okay.
Flick, flick.
Okay. So you are approaching this area. Let me go ahead and set up some lights so you can see a little bit better. Hold on. Dynamic lighting, low light on, 40-foot radius.
Shall I move my token, or will you?
I've put it down on the map, and I forgot to get the vision again. Like a fool. All right. The fungus which you are approached, the big orange caps, seem harmless. They have collapsed in on themselves. But as you approach, a new hazard presents itself. As you come too close to the ochre lichen, it begins to unfurl and emit spores into the air.
Oh no.
I will back up quickly.
Indeed, you do. But first, you must also make a saving throw.
Okay. I don't have stats.
I'll roll a 1d20.
Okay.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, there's always a 5% chance of it not mattering, isn't there? It's always.
As Rafferty says, when in doubt, roll and shout. A wide margin of the time, you roll so high or so low, you don't need to look at anything up. You retreat away from a plume of spores that erupts into a 10-foot radius around the ochre lichens. It drifts and slowly settles to the earth, gradually being getting gently stirred up by every subtle motion of the air. But it seems heavier than air and is beginning to settle.
Ugh.
This is lichen. Does anyone have fire? Can we just burn this area? That suffocate us and kill our oxygen?
Now, remember, there's a crack in the ceiling from which the faint fading smell of sunlight. Sorry, faint fading sunlight is still visible, so there's definitely some path up to the air.
Kill it with fire.
Dig that up and do a chimney later. Though it should serve as some sort of chimney now, yeah. If anyone has fire, toss it on there.
I will contribute a torch to the task.
All right.
And do we need oil, or will the torch be enough?
If we have some oil, that might help, but we could just toss it on there and try.
I've got oil, yeah, if we need it.
Well, let's toss the torch first, and then toss oil onto the torch if that doesn't work.
All right. You toss the torch,
yes.
Then you toss the oil, and who does the oil tossing?
Ulfkill.
Ulfkill, roll a saving throw.
Someone with a strong arm. Oh. Well, if you stay more than 10 feet, then you should be okay, right?
I didn't say what the saving throw was for.
Ah, okay.
I'm maneuvering on my character sheet. Okay, saving throw. Gotcha.
Uh-oh.
Is low is bad?
Low is bad. However, I've got good news. It's not as bad as you feared. What occurs is merely that as you splash the lamp oil across the burning torch, it simply fails to properly ignite. It collapses across the fungus and sort of sputters and gutters. And half and the torch flares up briefly and then fails to ignite the rest of it.
The octane is too high.
However, there's good news also, which is that the area around the torch is visibly beginning to blacken and burn.
I will throw another torch.
All right.
Kind of a long shot, but I don't suppose any of you boys breathe fire. Just checking.
It's always worth asking. Okay.
I wish.
Only on Tuesdays.
If technically it is actually no, it's not, is it? Yeah, never mind. All right. By means of fire, you are able to, at the cost of 2 of your torches, you are able to expurgate this northern patch of the ochre lichen.
You pinged to the right of the orange ones. Was that intentional?
Yes, these are the very loud ones.
Oh, okay.
These are the ochre lichens.
Okay.
Past the ochre lichens, you can also see mauve caps, as well as more of the incredibly loud screamy boys.
As we go, Pruderi will take his hand axe and he'll chop up a small portion of the screaming mushrooms and the other lichen and throw them in a sack.
Oh, so you take up some of the... You approach this lichen?
Are we going over it after we burned it, or?
Oh, the burned lichen. Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
tracks. Okay, so you've still got another patch of lichen to go through. What is your... I assume you're going to take the same plan there. Do you have enough torches to burn it?
I have a few more torches.
Yeah, we're okay.
I have an idea.
Hit me.
There's places where sunlight streaks through. There can't be that much between us and the surface world. Would it be possible to just somehow get our way up there and get out of here with shovels or some kind of pythons or something? What does everyone think of that possibility?
I have metal spikes, but it would require getting someone up to the ceiling.
That he can do, because he can fly.
Yeah,
I don't want to get out of here. I want to kill all these things and take their stuff.
It would be interesting to have a potential another entrance, though.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. But
How about on our way out?
yeah, I mean, I think this is why I'm throwing out to you guys. We have a phalanx here with magic users and clerics and arrows. We are here to bring the glory to the light to this terrible place, and we can burn all this crap. And if it's noisy and monsters come, then we can fight or flee. That's our job here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we're in good position to do this. The thing I really like is this narrow cavern, because we can form a line across like a phalanx with a second line, and if something wants to come and mess with us, ooh, they better be good. They better fly or have magic or something, because they're gonna face some problems. I'm not saying that but we're here to take this risk, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Here.
Okay.
Oathkill will be in the front rank. Do we need to establish that marching order?
I trust you guys to make that to make those decisions at the time, but feel free to you have. I just realized you can't actually go to the other map, but I trust you guys to make something sensible at the time.
There's a lot more of those shrieking things. Do we want to use oil for these?
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, there's also additional ochre lichens and the
What are the
mauve
purple
caps.
ones?
You don't know.
I will sneak up on them a little bit and try to stay above where more spores might spill out.
Alrighty.
Slithering along the walls and ceiling a little bit.
Okay. What is the distance you're going to be maintaining from these mauve caps?
15 feet.
All right. Nothing happens. They do not respond to your presence.
I drop a rock on them, like a little rock that I just pull out of the wall.
Okay, they sprout awful little tendrils, which flail around about 2 to 3 feet long.
Hideous.
And they stretch and writhe around another direction. Like, you don't really have a good... It's what it reminds you of nothing more so is worms that come up from the soil after a long rain, after they've beached themselves on a rock and can't figure out how to get back down. Just that sort of aimless writhing in every direction, covering space.
Perderi and his retinue have a little bit of oil. I'd be willing to open up with that.
Let's do it.
Time for more incredible fungal violence. Be aware, you have a pretty tight arrangement in here. This area is only about... I guess it's 40 feet across. It's not so bad.
Let's light that ochre lichen on fire and cross straight down. Let's go south.
Well, here's another proposition. There's also, looks like, is there a path here to the left?
Do you want to go investigate down it? Let me move these corpses out of the way.
I didn't see that until just now, and realized that we came from the north and not the west.
Yes. No, you came from the north.
Yeah.
This area is a mystery to you. Do you want to go check it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It goes for about 50 feet, then narrows, and then ends in a narrow crevasse.
Dang.
Yep. Sorry.
Okay, narrow crevasse.
Should we check for... Does this look promising for secrets?
It does not.
No. Yeah, it's just a natural... Okay.
Yes. There's no space here for...
I think I see 5 other possible ways out.
I say we torch the ochre lichen and go due south. Avoid the mauve caps.
So we're torching this?
Yes.
How far were the tendrils reaching? Does it look like they'd be able to reach into the middle here?
It'd be a stretch, but you wouldn't be safe. And there's nothing else. You'd then be right next to these guys when they... And who knows how they would react.
Trying to fight while we're basically trapped in single file by things that may have a little bit more reach than we anticipate.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let's go due south.
So we're burning this?
Mm-hmm.
And then just trying to go right through these guys?
Okay.
No.
No, we can burn
way
that
down
too.
south.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah, there is a path that way. Okay.
Okay, right there.
Yeah, I guess we don't know. This could go on for like 10 miles or something.
Yeah, there's also another path north that
Rappan
goes
Athuk
to
is
the
eccentric,
east.
but it's not going to make you wade through 10 miles of mysterious, awful fungus.
Yes, it will. That's exactly what Rappan Athuk would do.
Yeah, but it would have some sort of mechanic for abstracting it rather than making us resolve every encounter one by one.
I think that did we already explore that route that was just to our right, which is to say, just to our left, which is to say right on the map, just as we come in? Yeah, that one.
I don't think you have explored it yet.
Following the path of least resistance, it might make sense to peek.
Check our flank at least.
True. We still don't know if the horrifying screaming has brought something running. For all we know, it could take an hour to arrive.
What
I'm
state
sure
you're on?
I bet our driver will be here any minute. He's like, oh, they've hit those shriekers.
They'll be poisoned. Then I can steal their shit.
Yeah, let's go up there to that corner and poke up that, push up that.
Yeah, just to see if something's coming up behind us.
Okay. You poke up the corridor for a while. For about 30 minutes. Getting on towards evening. And you come out of a surface exit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes. You're in a low hill. You can see that you are overlooking the mausoleum entrance of Rappan Athuk.
Whoa.
Peering out from a entirely unobtrusive, little cavern, which was hidden behind a bunch of shrubbery. Congratulations,
Awesome.
You have found the other side of a Dark Souls door. You now know how to find this location.
Awesome.
You can now see that the last rays of sunset are drifting below the horizon, and darkness is overtaking the place.
Where, because it's
That's
still...
when something comes from behind you.
Oh, great.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to pull up a quick map in the Cavern Encounter overland map. And I'm going to narrow the walls a little bit.
I have the battle map if you want to use the is it the above ground location where the graveyard is?
Yeah, but it's not really...
It's somewhere else?
The reason I'm not... No, you're a little far off that map.
Oh, okay.
Like, you're not that far. You can see it from where you are, but you're a bit away.
Oh.
What I'm doing now is I'm making a small appropriate map for the scenario which is about to unfurl. But it should take just a few moments.
This is so with how the travel works, this is a place that we'd be able to start now, or we'd be able to at least like adventure to directly.
It's more like you have a way of getting into Rappan Athuk without going through the mausoleum.
Or through
The gut.
the gut and
Yes.
all the other the last light
Yes.
in and stuff.
Alright, hang on a second. I'm gathering up all the miniatures so I can put them in the right spot.
That is a pretty sweet door, though.
Okay, all this
It's
is
pretty
great.
convenient so far. Oh, you mean the like visual illustration? Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
the illustration. Yeah.
Oh,
If
thank
there
you.
was, if there was some way we could mark this entrance so that it would only be recognizable to us and not give it away to others.
hmm
I mean,
Well, you can remember where it is, but as for like...
okay. That's good.
With the power of maps.
Alright. Now, trying to throw in a light real fast. Bright light distance.
I'm writing a note on all of the maps from now on that kind of declares the sequence from like home base to where you get to that map. That way you can hopefully connect them by name and date.
Here's the mapping that I've done so far. Those are
Alrighty.
the Otherworld adventures.
What is going on with this? Map is getting creative. Alright, hang on a second.
Originally, you can't use background.
Yeah, I don't have the exact pattern being used. I could like try to copy and tessellate it, but it'd take a little while. It's a little frustrating because there was an earlier one that didn't have the grid, and that would have been handy, but that also doesn't include this other stuff which was added. Where it says lots of goblins.
Gobulins. I should probably have been doing some like theater of the mind type stuff here, but I feel like it's important to emphasize the degree to which you are trapped in a narrow space as you grapple with the problem which is rushing upon you. That being a swarm of awful rats, which is pouring upon you from behind. A second.
Are these
Where are we
the
exactly?
the dog sized kind of like rat tide kind of thing?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so here is where I'm going to try and work out how to describe where you are exactly. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the map that you are in, where you were in. Where'd that go? There it is. Okay. So remember that side passage that pointed to the east-northeast?
Mm-hmm.
You went up it. It stayed narrow for a long time, and then it carried you out, eventually, to a small exit to the surface. You follow me now, Test? And from that location on the surface, you could see the mausoleum that is the entrance to Rappan Athuk. And as you are filing out of the tunnel, then the swarm of rats came up from behind you to try and eat you.
I think it's time for sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw some oil. Oh, should I throw oil? Because that'll make smoke.
We're on the surface though, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what could attract things to this entrance.
Oh.
Alright.
In that case, keep it in reserve then.
Yeah.
Though the smoke won't be too visible as it gets darker.
True, it is getting dark. That is a good point. Might be safe.
We have a fallback where they just have to like come into a cavern space too.
Well, they're between us and the
Yeah,
cavern.
they came up through the cavern.
Oh,
So they're the ones holding the cavern.
well,
Yes.
well, touche, rats.
We could would we have time to like rush them and try to plug them up?
Probably.
Let's do that then.
Let's see who wins initiative first.
Oh, good idea.
And surprise.
I mean, good point, rather.
Yeah.
Much depends on whether they win surprise here.
Let's hit some battle music.
Thank you.
But it's only it's
DJ?
only 90 seconds left.
DJ, put on some battle music. John Q, roll me a d6 for surprise.
Mm-hmm.
You are not surprised. You have time to respond.
Get him! Get him!
Now, roll initiative. Ooh, don't worry about it. You win. House always wins with this. Okay, so here's the problem. Aside from a small rear guard, your mages are in the rear. So, you can pick 2 fighters to be in the rear guard. Pick them now. You have 30 seconds, or I will choose them.
Predary.
I'll go back because I have the one of the spears, and then
That was easy. Okay. So there goes Predary, and there goes Glorpert. And then there are the squishies.
Are you doing something? Because I don't see anything.
Oh, God, I need to.
All I see is a
update-
picture of a door.
Right, you're in the wrong space.
Oh, that's
Hey.
very different. I think I only have visibility on, I guess, Mordigian.
Yeah, same problem. 1 sec. Your token does not by default come out with vision, which I need to save or fix rather. In fact, let me fix that now, since it'll take me very little time.
if you wanna, I can fix that if you wanna.
Yeah, please do. I'll focus on the GMing.
Thank you.
Okay, so Predary, Glorpert, there is a swarm of horrible creatures coming towards you. You cannot effectively engage them in hand-to-hand combat. Do you want to? Sorry, you cannot effectively engage them in missile combat. Do you want to hold position, move towards them, or move away?
I think we need to move towards them and fight.
Yeah,
because
I think you're right.
you can't hold
I
an
think you're
action
right.
in this game, and we need to kill these things
Yeah.
fast.
Okay.
Yep, Predary will rush forward, hoping that everyone is on his tail, on his heels.
Can you see now, Zalatin?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all listen.
Or is anyone doing any spells first?
Good, important. Thank you for reminding me. Important
Yes.
question.
Can I move
sleep.
and then do that? Because I don't have a line of sight.
Yes, you can move. I'll put you to a place where you can see.
Okay. Yes, I would.
What
I
do-
would try. I would get a line of sight and then cast my last magic missile slot.
Yeah, that'll work.
More will cast light because why not?
Okay.
Cast it as far back as she can.
Alrighty. Mordigian? Aelin?
No, I mean, I could have
Sleep,
cast
man.
invisibility, but we're in close quarters, and they'll just be visible as soon as they attack. So
Okay. No, yeah, sometimes you gotta hold them. And you were planning on dishing out a sleep as well?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sleep, light, magic missile. Gotcha. Predary, you
Yes.
moved. You close to melee.
Yes.
Glorpert, you also close to melee.
Yep.
Mordigian, Sorry, say again?
Can others
ahead.
move also?
Yes. Verdagan gets out of the way. Aelin is in the way casting sleep, but you can kind of sidle past her.
Spearmen can. Are they able to? I'm trying to remember. Are they able to like stand shoulder to shoulder this close?
So in a single 10-foot grid square, if they're using spears, 3 people can stand shoulder to shoulder.
Indeed, but this is a 5-foot. This is a 5-foot wide corridor.
Oh no!
Even that.
In that case, only 2 can.
Yes, but you can sort of. I don't know the right word for this. You know how in a double stack magazine they sort of took. Yeah, they stagger. So you can fit 3 spearmen can effectively engage. Okay. So Glorpert, Praderi, and Praderi can engage.
Okay.
And are these 1-hit die creatures?
They sure are.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay. So spells. Oh no.
Yeah. Hand-to-hand combat from the fighters first. Okay.
And there's no opportunity for missiles, you said?
No, just the nature of the attack.
And 1 second.
I hit one of them for 2 damage. That sucks.
Okay. Well, let me see if that does it anyway.
Should I roll twice then?
Yes, once for each of your levels.
Okay.
Actually, I thought, isn't Ulfkill 3rd level or is he 2nd still?
Let's
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I'm level 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then you can attack 3 times.
Yeah. What is the target AC?
11.
11. Okay.
Also, you have a +1 to hit at 3rd level. Your
Yeah.
Your base to hit increase.
Yes.
Okay. I hope this 3rd roll is better.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You guys cut a swath. There are now several less rats than there were a moment ago. As you press forward and
18 damage.
Press forward in a massacre. Where's this green light coming from? What's going on?
It's also obstructing vision.
Oh, sorry. I can fix that. I gave you infravision.
Whoa.
What?
That's only people that can see. Let me do that for you.
I cannot clearly see what is going on over here. It looks like something is blocking vision down here.
Yeah, something blocked
Should be
vision.
gone now.
Nope. Oh, there
How
we
about
Now
go.
it's gone.
Yeah, I lit up Praderi.
Hey.
Okay. Now, let's go with magic missile
Okay.
Sure.
and then sleep.
And I will aim for the ones in the, I don't know, like the middle-ish.
Okay.
Got a nice long range. Or does sleep have like a radius that I should try to aim for ones at the edge?
No.
The sleep should whack all of them.
Okay. Well, whatever. I will aim for 3 different ones. Pew pew pew. Just
Okay.
framing them with gold beams.
Okay. So one survives. 1 hit point. Another one perishes. And another one perishes. Okay. Roll hit dice for sleep. Give me 1 roll for 1 hit die creatures and another roll for 3 hit die creatures.
Okay, 11 for the 1 hit dice. And for the 3. For the 3, we get 1.
All right. Sounds good.
And
Okay,
was
next-
there anyone else was casting sleep or?
No,
that
I don't
that
believe
was
so.
that was Aelin. I don't think
Okay.
unless one of your guys has it.
Nope.
Okay.
And
So as you press forward, so there are 2 rats remaining. In the darkness beyond you, you can hear a heavy thump, larger than, which indicates a large body collapsing to the earth, and a alarmed squeak behind that. What that means yet, you're not sure. But let's roll initiative, and we'll see if you have a chance to find out.
Moore was casting light.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh hell, this is great. You get to find out exactly what's going on. So there were a pair of large humanoid rat-like creatures.
Oh.
Yes, not the fun and cute kind, unfortunately, but rather the mangy and wild-eyed with murder kind.
Yeah, we hate these guys.
Well, one of them has fallen over, and the other one looks like he's startled and is still reacting to one of them succumbing to the enchantment. So let's roll initiative and see who wins this engagement. Father Chris is stepping away a moment to take the dog out, but let's roll initiative.
Nice.
House wins. Okay. So who is is anyone casting any spells?
You said these are humanoid?
Yes. Let me give you a better description of them. They
Charm person.
Alrighty. I think how that would work. All right.
If the slot's wasted, then more wastes the prepared spell. Then.
C'est la vie, c'est la vie. We'll find out together. So first, so that's a spell for Moore. Aelin, I'm going to assume, is holding back this round and keeping her powder dry for a future occasion. Zolot, are you?
I will also hold back this time.
Okay.
Because I want to see how this plays out. Sounds like you guys have got the small fry contained.
Alrighty.
Well, gotta probably just stride past the sleeping rats for now.
Okay. There are still 2 alive rats in front of you, however.
Okay. They're not asleep?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
In fact, they seem... Wait, no, what am I talking about? Of course they're asleep. I just forgot about their existence last time. You just walk right past them.
Okay.
Once again, I suddenly lost track of what is and is not happening. You gonna go after these guys?
Yes. Should I try to finish off the asleep one right now, or?
That's really a question between you and God.
Yes.
I mean, slay the monsters.
All right.
Okay.
What weapon are you bringing to bear against them?
Would Perderi have any knowledge? It sounds like these have been faced before by maybe members of the group.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever actually successfully killed one, though. I'm trying to remember. I think last time you lit them on fire, and they ran away.
He will use the...
I've got charmed garlic with me.
Well, I mean, he's using the magic, the shade sword or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll just use that.
All right. In that case, roll to hit in the normal fashion.
If I can move, I'd like to kind of move up behind Glorpert and Ulfkill.
Inward, you slither. You may. Glorpert and Ulfkill, are you guys pushing up as well?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm gonna move straight past them and try to get to this one. That's my goal.
All right. Glorpert vaults over Perderi while he's busying himself with the fallen rat. While Ulfkill
I'm
scoots
bringing
up behind.
gold spear.
Yes.
I realized I didn't actually make a macro for this weapon yet, so I'm just going to roll some d20.
Just roll a
These are gonna
d20.
be
I
plus
trust that you...
2 or plus
Okay.
3 to hit.
Yeah.
Um,
You'll probably hit since he's on the
Or
ground
it's-
unconscious.
I'm assuming it's just one roll, actually.
Yeah.
So plus 3 to that, I'm pretty sure hits.
Yeah, you hit.
And then that's going to be a normal longsword's a d6 or d8. I'm trying to pull it
D8,
up right now.
I believe.
Okay.
Actually, God, is it?
A broadsword. Hang on, I'm trying to that's what I was trying to look up real quick. Hang on.
We'll come back to you.
Longsword is 1d8.
While you look that up, Glorpert has to deal with a much more conscious rat.
Longsword is 1d8.
Okay. Yep. So I'll just do normal.
As Glorpert comes to bear, the rat pulls a rusty and ancient. It's not a rusty, a really ancient bronze stabbing dagger of like a Roman style, and prepares to go mano a mano with the mano.
Okay.
It's 9 damage because it's +1.
All right, we'll come back to you in a second.
Yep.
Because I'm enjoying letting the anticipation build. Glorpert, are you going to stab this horrible rat thing?
Yeah. Let's see. +3 to hit that weapon, and that's a 18 to hit
square.
for 8 + 1 is 8.
Oh, the weapon sinks in deep. It emits an unearthly howl. Well, unearthly shrill squeak, rather. Shrill like a teapot, as it flails and tries to stab back at you and retreat at the same moment. Meanwhile, Prideri, you sink your sword into the creature all the way down to the hilt, and it gives a agonized death rattle as it spasms out beneath you. Ulfkel is able to vault past you as you slay the thing, occupying the space it once consumed. Get back inside the map. And Ulfkel, you may also attempt to attack the creature which Glorpert is closing with.
Okay, is this the humanoid one?
Yes, there were 2 humanoid rats, one of which has just been slain by Prideri, and you can see its body twisting and reshaping from a horrific rat-human hybrid back into something resembling a proper human.
Okay.
Put that out of mind. There's still killing to do. And kill you do. Goldspear catches the other rat creature under the jaw and pins it to the wall. And with this flail, it ends its life and collapses back into a naked, degraded humanoid of human cast. For a moment, there's an awful lurch in your stomach as you realize that this could have been one of your countrymen. Then you remember, now, whatever happened to them, there's no coming back from. Not yet. Also, they did jump you from the darkness and try to kill you. That counts for a lot. Ross, could you turn on the chill music again? Thank you. Now give me one moment, because something interesting is about to happen that I think will make you happy. Ooh. All right. In the wake of the scrimmage, the rats have all been slain, and the awful thrill of adrenaline in your blood begins to relax. And then spikes again as you realize, oh, you almost took your shade sword out into the sun, didn't you?
I was literally just thinking about that. Like, man, where can we stash it here?
The 2 humanoid figures are in general character. They are 1 man and 1 woman. They both strike you as natives to this region in terms of their general look, which is to say, brown hair, pale skin, tends towards the long and tends towards the straight. A bit short, a bit. It would be tempting to say that they have a radish disposition, but no, there's nothing particularly striking about their faces, save the sad pallor of death. One of them is wearing a purse over one shoulder, which is made of some mangy old leather, and the other one wears a very old shift of rotten linen.
They've been rats for some time.
Let's look in that purse.
Yeah, they're not using it anymore.
Who opens the purse? Who touches it with your bare hands?
Ulfkel.
Ulfkel takes his strong stoneworking hands and sets them to the task of prying open this purse. And a stone indeed falls into his hand, a glittering stone of pale amber, bright and cut into a shimmering diamond. It sparkles faintly in the light cast by Goldspear, inspiring a covetous desire in his heart. It must be quite valuable. He's not sure how much, but it looks like you could see a king. He could imagine a king purchasing this for a fair sum. You think you found a gemstone worth a steady 900 gold pieces.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not at all.
Did you say it's amber?
Yes.
Rasmus will
Ooh.
pay quite a lot for this. I look back at the dead rat people and I say, what sin have these people committed to bring this upon themselves?
It was not their sin. It was for the glory of the light.
Double, huh?
I don't know. I don't understand how it works. I just trust. It was not their fault, but it's for greater good.
Well, you're right, of course. We were appointed to be here at this time. This moment of battle against these awful things. I think we should keep going, Ulfkel. We've made good progress, and that strange, furry being will be waiting for us.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our ride.
You
The
turn
Wookiee,
back.
I mean, Gordimer's waiting. Yes.
Okay.
Press on, I say.
Mm-hmm.
You return downstairs. Well, stairs is putting it generously. It's getting quite late. It's been a long day. You're starting to get fatigued, but you can go a while on yet.
So we're going to investigate more of the fungus room. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mushroom.
Grown.
We'll open up with a full volley of oil
Okay.
from
How many
4 things of oil or
Okay.
hand. Yeah. Just to expedite.
To thoroughly purge this one here.
Actually, I can do 5.
Okay.
Five people throwing 1 thing of oil,
All right.
and we'll can continue that into the quote unquote shriekers as well. If
Yeah, they're
we wanna keep
shriekers.
pressing. Okay.
They are shrieking. Like it's not that big a mystery.
That's
There's
a
only
that's
so
a
many
good
fun-
name for them, Perderi. I think that'll
yeah,
catch on.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
only so many funguses that shriek. Okay, so 1 moment.
Yeah, we faced their kind before.
Oh,
Is
have
that
you now?
so?
Yeah, Magnus took a sample for himself. Believe he used it in one of his spells, from what I recall. The one that he designed.
Okay. A thick plume of fire engulfs the southern patch of the ochre lichen. It smolders and burns, and eventually it curls in on itself under the heat. The mauve caps cringe faintly away from the fire as it raises high. But eventually the fire dies down, and you are able to advance with caution, staying out of the reach of what you imagine to be staying out of the reach of the mauve caps. To the south, you can see that the corridor seems to taper off into nothing. So if there is another exit, it will probably be farther in this direction. However, this path also seems to taper off into nothing. You can see that thanks to your extremely long light source and your multiple angles of inspection.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to just completely clear out this cavern of fungus first? What would say you?
I'm not sure if there's any profit in clearing it out, other than to prevent it from growing back. And there's probably too many spores for that.
I like whoever had the plan, just like how we were able to get to this one. We just keep going around.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll help us tactically as well in case we need to maneuver.
Meaning keep burning things or just maneuver around?
No. So we burned just enough to get to this one. Let's do the same thing just to get to that one, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Okay.
So from here, go south?
That's my proposal.
The route far to the east is the one that tapers off, so we only need to burn like one more patch if we can. These ones look pretty robust.
I thought the referee said that we could see to the end of this. Is that right?
Oh, I misunderstood which one we could see the end of.
Oh yeah. I'll draw a little X next to the ones that you have determined have an end.
The west ones I know, and okay, so I was right about that one.
Come on, roll 20. Quit wiggling.
Okay, that's what I thought so far.
Over.
Oh, those two.
Okay.
Then we must proceed forwards.
I'll do 5 more oils.
Alrighty. This time things are going to be a little more exciting.
Yay.
Oh boy.
Roll initiative.
Oh, roll initiative?
Yes, please. You get a surprise round. So I would like you to roll 5 simultaneous melee ranged attacks, targeting AC of... so many little things to keep track of here. An AC of 12. So give me 5 attacks versus an AC of 12, and we'll see how many of these land.
Does that mean 5
Is this
people?
everybody? Like everybody with missiles?
Yeah, is this just the oil, or?
This is the oil. So
Okay.
just give me 5 1d20s with like +1. One from +3 to hit one from +2 to hit from Praderi, one from John Q.
Yeah. So for my guys, 2 of them will have +2, 1 of them will have +1.
Okay, roll them.
So 1, 2, 3 hits.
Okay. So for each one, please roll 1d8 + 1. Actually, let me double check, make sure I'm remembering that correctly, because I was attempting to give the exact damage of lighting someone on fire with flaming oil, but I'm not completely certain I recall that correctly. Ah, yeah. Okay.
1d4 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And 1 more point of damage per round for the next 2 rounds.
All right.
So 1d4. Total of 8 damage. And they continue taking tick damage for 2 rounds.
Okay. So you are about to discover the unpleasant way that these ones are capable of some mobility.
Ah!
Uh-oh. Hold fast.
Okay. They emit a plume of distress spores as they begin to suffer badly under the onslaught. One of them perishes outright, bursting into flames and smoldering as it uproots itself and flails towards you, like a tumbleweed with malicious intent. The others flail closer.
Does it
All right.
die because three
It's
of
on-
them hit it, or because one of them was enough to take it out?
One of them was enough to take it out.
Okay.
And even the ones which you missed are still a bit scorched. Being
Okay.
caught up in all that. Alright. You win initiative on... No, wait, no you don't. I win initiative on the subsequent check. They flail and approach your front line. Who is in the front rank?
I volunteer.
Okay.
Wolf kill.
Pruderi as well, and Pasling.
Alright.
I'll be right behind them then.
Alright. Each of them can attack but once.
My two have just attacked already. Or is this a second round?
Okay. So Praderi's in the front rank, and Ulfkel's in the front rank.
And Glorpus.
Glorpert is in the front rank.
16 to
this
hit
like-
for 2 damage.
Is this effectively a second round? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
And who else is the front rank? Pasling is in the front rank.
Yeah.
And
Niesel would
Sorry.
be second rank with his.
yes, he would be.
Do we get missile shots, or is this not?
You. No, yeah, you should get missile shots.
Okay.
And Dobby is first rank.
So we're attacking. Is that right?
Yes, you have missile shots, and they do not.
Not
So
gonna
anyone
be
who
able to
is in
do
anyone who
3.
is holding the second rank or whatever can't
Are
take
they
a
in?
shot.
Are they in dart range?
Yes.
Oh boy, I get to actually use darts once. And that's 3 attacks, right?
I believe so. Knock and does damage to which one of these? That one.
Does a 12 hit?
Yes, their AC is
All
12.
right. 3 hits with 3 darts for a total of 4 damage.
All right. You
Mordagion.
You completely pepper one, but it's still up. Mordagion.
Yeah, he does the same. 4 damage with darts.
All right. He finishes off. Let me pick one at random. That's the only fair way. He finishes one off, and he gets and he also damages another one. Okay. So that's
I have a quick question.
hit me.
Can Phantasmal Force be used to make like a distraction and make them try to run and attack it?
Potentially, but you're not sure. You
Okay.
have never attempted to ensorcel a fungus in that fashion, and you're not familiar with how their intelligence would respond to it, such as it is. You suspect
Give it a
you do
shot
with...
if I still can.
Okay. So you start spinning that up. Oh, who else is casting spells this round? It's an important thing I should remember.
What are these things?
They are flailing bundles of mauve fungus, writhing tendrils, flailing their way at your party while being slightly on fire.
Man,
Think of like tumbleweeds with malicious intent.
Right.
these boys got too much going on. They obviously also need to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
That's too many descriptors.
All right, test. All right, so Lotan is busting out the Phantasmal Force. Doesn't sound like anyone else is casting spells.
Should I have already done missile? Were we all doing missile fire?
Yes, if you want to do missile fire with your back rank, now's a good time.
We already did that. Well, I think
Okay.
Menachem shot.
Yeah, that
his-
was a lot of.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them
Okay.
did. I don't know if someone else has forgotten.
Did we have? Yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting about. What's their names?
Naum, Frangag, Aelin.
Naum and Frangag. No, Aelin I remembered with.
Naum and Frangag are currently. They usually tote pole arms.
Yeah.
So like they're also perfectly happy to be in the back rank and stabbing.
Okay.
I guess Leofstan could shoot. Is that all right?
Yeah. He thinks that's a fine plan. Well, he
Okay,
hit
he-
square once.
Yeah.
peppers another one of these flailing things. Now they take point. You're attacking your front rank. Let's see who gets a hit. Perderi is safe. Ulfkel is, I believe, safe. Glorpert is safe. Pasling and Dobby are not safe. So
yeah, baby Pasling.
Yes. We will come back to that in a second.
Pasling has... Yeah.
Okay. Pasling attempts to ward them off with her shield, and one of their flailing tendrils curls around the shield and lashes her shield arm, causing her to cry out in disgust and pain. Dobby receives a similar unpleasant curling around the leg as he smashes at it with his mace. You may now attempt your counterattack with your melee weapons. John, I see that Dobby has already made his, and Merdaigian threw a dart, I believe.
Yes.
Cool. He can throw 2 more darts. Like you can throw 3 darts per round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the first round, right? You were doing the... Yeah, okay. I did to hit armor, ascending armor class 16, 3 damage. I'm sorry, 2 damage.
Or that one.
Well, I've got great news. He kills the one that was going to muck up Pasling. Or, Merdaigian does. Let's
awesome.
See. Okay. Hits. Niesel misses. Yowen misses. Pasling misses. All right.
Yeah, Perderi just hits for 2 damage.
Okay. 4 remain. All right. Spells.
It was just Phantasmal Force.
Yes, well, unless someone else does too. Yeah.
All right. What's your Phantasmal Force?
Like right here, I want like another sort of coatl-looking creature to sort of rise out of the mushrooms and like flare a cobra hood and spit fire on this guy from a range of 5 feet. In hopes that he kind of lunges the other direction and attacks the force.
All right. No, he needed a 19 for that because I was just kind of going off the cuff.
Okay.
So that works. Like he flails after it.
Right. Okay. And I think he actually takes damage from believing it. Possibly. It's up to you. But it says
No,
it says 2d6.
It's not quite intelligent enough to be fooled to that degree. It triggers a reflex where it goes in that direction instead.
Okay, understood.
Any of the ones that are on fire still take 1 damage.
Taken into account already. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Round 2. Roll initiative, Ulfkel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Excellent. You guys go first. I don't recommend that you guys use ranged attacks, as who you hit in a melee is random, and there are a lot more of you than there are of them. With the exception of the one that's going after the illusion. That one you can attack freely.
Knockin' will do so.
GM, I missed melee somehow. I'm sorry. Last time for Ulfkel.
Okay, in that case, brief pause. Ulfkel, please roll your attacks for last session. Oh, sorry, last round.
These session. One hit die guys?
No.
Okay.
However, you do kill 1 dead.
Nice.
That's it.
They don't really contain as much air as the Shriekers did. Just really more of a thud. Okay. Monacan does not hit it squarely. It is flailing around too wildly.
Nat 23 damage.
Okay. Nice. Okay. That, Only one of them looks sturdy at this point.
I will hold off on the darts this time.
Okay. All right.
Oh, looks like I got another hit.
You did. You kill another one dead. All right. Everyone else, if you haven't made a melee attack yet and you're gonna, roll them now.
All right, so Naum and Frangag then.
Yes.
Is this a new turn from when I rolled Phantasmal Force?
Yes.
Okay. I'm out of spells, so time to just fucking hit one of them. I'm a lunge if I can.
Are you sure you want to bite one of these with your mouth?
Not anymore. No.
This is a lesson that bites the hand learned the hard way.
What's the AC?
12.
Okay, I think 11 hits then with these fighters with their pole arms and everything.
Yes, it does.
All right, so
1d8
Naum
plus
hits for 4, and then Framgag will also hit for 6.
All right.
I got 2 hits for total.
No, you guys are good. You guys are good.
Okay.
Okay. Now, who is Dobby? That is Ulfkel's character, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
First, DJ, turn off the combat music, if you would.
Okay.
Thank you kindly. Second, Dobby, I need you to roll a saving throw.
Oh,
Okay.
Dobby!
Does Pasling need to make a similar save?
No, fortunately, Ulfkel's kill retconned that attack out of existence.
Okay.
She
Okay.
was about to have to, but then Ulfkel impaled the one that was going to get her.
That good?
That is good. Let's see, a 16, and the saving throw of a 2nd level cleric, which I believe is what... No, a 3rd level cleric, which is what Dobby is
2nd level.
13. The light is with Dobby. The tendrils had coiled around his leg, but it seems that his boot was thick enough to ward off whatever malicious influence that the creature might have had. You have burned out this path. The way is clear.
Man, we got 6 minutes.
Good work,
Let's find one more interesting thing since we got 2 pads open.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Start from the closest one, which is south.
Okay, you run over here.
We'll take a chunk of one of these in the second.
Oh, it branches again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, it's fine. These two are nothing. You don't care about these. You check them. There's nothing.
Okay.
Come on. And you continue down this hallway, where it winds a bit, leads you down, takes you here. The character
This is not a
changes.
natural formation.
No, it's not. You've entered someplace quite different. All right. This area this whole room appears to be made entirely out of compacted soil and feels unsafe. Every time you take a step, a few speck motes of dust rattle down from the ceiling. There is a doorway to your west. It looks like it is really ancient wood, the sort which is so old and so dry that no rot can take hold in it, reinforced by thick bands of iron.
Manakan would like to listen at it.
Give me a 1d6.
Four and 6, I rolled a 4.
Silence reigns beyond. There's nothing to be heard.
Anything odd about the door itself?
Only the presence of it, the sudden transition from the door is set into sturdy stone, though the south wall and the south and east walls appear to be made primarily of compacted soil.
Frederi will lift the lantern to illuminate the ceiling.
The ceiling, well, it's a ceiling technically. It's a vaulted arch of what appears to be loosely compacted soil.
That sounds unreliable.
It does. It feels unreliable looking at it.
Is there a latch, a knob, or is it just a plain, like featureless. Well, you said it was iron.
Oh yeah, there is a iron banded pull handle. You know, it doesn't have like a proper knob. There's just like
Any lock
a
on it?
ring. Not that you can see.
I'll take it this time if you guys want me to. You want to take turns?
You can inspect it for traps.
I was just going to open it.
Open it then.
I open the door.
I'm trying to remember how I open a door.
Whoa.
A long corridor stretches out before you.
All right. This is awesome. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Richard.
No, what you see is what you get. Long corridor, gray-black stone, an occasional blood stain spattered across the surface.
Let's check the door. Push on. There's 3 minutes.
Oh, God.
We got jury duty in the morning. Let's do this.
Oh no.
All right. So you want to hit this next door to your south? Is that the impression I'm getting? Or you?
Yes.
If it's okay
All right.
with Oathkill.
Check
Okay.
for traps real quick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will roll your hear sounds. 4 and 6.
Okay.
All right. You listen carefully at the door. It seems fine. You hear no sound of malicious intent. The door seems a bit stuck, but there's no mechanism by which it can lock. I will roll for detecting of traps. Character class. What level is Malkin? 6?
6.
Alright. He is pretty sure it's fine. He isn't absolutely sure, but he doesn't really see anywhere you could trap this. Nothing in the hinges, nothing in the handle. There's no space here for...
Menachem simply steps back and folds his arms and shrugs. And then looks bored.
Who opens the door?
You asked. You do it next time. It's your turn, Praderi.
Praderi opens the door.
Nothing horrible happens.
Oh,
These halls.
another one. these halls.
The corridor stretches far to the south. Make sure that you are emitting the appropriate amount of light.
I was hoping for a big pile of treasure, but okay.
Same.
I know.
I mean, work stone means people have been here.
I don't mean to be a party pooper, but we are out of time.
It is a time.
And do we have the driver, and can he take us back to... I don't know that it benefits us that much, to be honest. If we go all the way back to Kayden's Rest, we get no downtime. We just probably spend 150 gold or more, which is about how much it would cost to stay Brampton, the last one in. We might as well just go back to the last one in. We're doing good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, agreed.
Back to that one in then?
I think
Yes, and tell him to bring us back here next time.
Yes.
So be it. I will make the appropriate arrangements. Back off into the darkness you rush. Triumphal, carrying a treasure in your hands, thus far unmarred by the chaos with which you have wrought. Tonight, you're doing pretty good at this whole question against chaos thing. You feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see how long that lasts. As ever, it's a tremendous pleasure. It's a tremendous pleasure to run Dungeons and Dragons for you guys.
Thank
are
you.
some of my favorite people. I hope you
Thank
have
you.
a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you again next week.
Can Ulfkel sleep with the amber under his pillow tonight?
That's between you guys and God.
Who
I too have
is,
to-
Why not?